Hey guys, Gaston with Rough Country. Today we're going to be talking about riv nuts. Now some people call them nutserts, some people call them blind nuts, but whatever you call them, they can be really handy when you're trying to mount something and maybe you can't reach the back side of whatever you're working on. You're going to drop these into a hole in your panel, then they're going to compress like a standard rivet and give you a solid mounting point. Now there are a couple of options you can use to install them. We have a Nutsert Toolkit. I highly recommend this. It makes the job super simple, especially if this is something you're going to be doing on a regular basis. But if not, you can use a standard bolt, a couple of oversized nuts, and some hand tools. I'm going to show you how to do both on this scrap piece of metal behind me. All right, I've got a piece of scrap in the vise here. I've drilled a couple of holes in it. We're going to drop a nutsert in. This first one we're going to install using the nut and bolt method. So I'll simply screw the bolt onto the nutsert, and once it gets to a certain point, we'll grab our hand tools, cinch it down, and you're going to see the nutsert compress. What the nuts are going to do is they're going to space it off, so as the bolt tightens down, it's going to actually pull the nutsert toward it and compress it. It's starting to compress now, it is. You can see it start to flare. Underside there at the top, it's starting to mushroom out. We'll give it a couple more turns to make sure it's nice and tight. Remove our bolt. And you're left with a nutsert that is installed and ready to use. Now, let's install one using the Nutsert Toolkit. The kit comes with 6 different size ferrules to fit most available nutserts. I've got our M6 installed because that's the size for the particular nutsert we have today. What you're gonna do is open the tool up. You're gonna thread the nutsert onto the ferrule. Then you're gonna go over to your workspace. Drop the nutsert into the hole. Then all we have to do is pull the handles together to compress the nutsert. And we'll just give it a squeeze and it'll compress. I'm gonna thread down one more time and give it a second squeeze for good measure. Then we'll unthread the tool. And again, we've got a nutsert installed and ready to use. Now using the tool is definitely the easier of the two methods. If you're in a situation where you're going to be installing a lot of these or on a regular basis, the tool is definitely worth the investment. It makes the job so much easier. If not, you can get by with the nut and bolt method. I hope this helped you out if you're installing riv nuts. And again, the tool is definitely worth the investment and you can get it today at roughcountry.com.